everyone, it's the real Gill, and I'm here again with another review. This time it's of the First Alert DVR 1TB system. This specific model is the DC8810-420 system, supporting 8 CM420 TVL cameras. And you can see the TVL camera right there. I picked this up for a steal at $250 off of, I believe, Youngster or Woot. And I gotta say, you know, I was a little skeptical, but after just buying a house, I definitely wanted some type of surveillance security. I already have an alarm, but an alarm just kind of frightens them away. I wanted to be able to catch them in the act, and with 8 cameras, there's not a lot of angles you can't catch. Now, there are a few things about this camera system that really caught my eye. One, it's a 1TB DVR along with the 8 cameras. 2, the DVR supports motion capture, motion detection. And 3, the cameras themselves, while being able to be mounted in either top down or a bottom up type of configuration, they support IR LEDs that throw a light supposedly 50 yards, or 50 feet, excuse me, in pitch dark. So that was great to be able to see things in the middle of the night. You get your car vandalized, you really want to know who did it. It's not going to fix your car right away, but you never know, it might lead to the catching of the perpetrators who did it. So let's go ahead and turn this on real quick. Let's go ahead and boot up the TV, and I'm going to turn on the DVR, and we're going to see kind of how it's all set up. Now, it's going to be, excuse the mess, you're going to see the garage behind you, but it should come up with a nice little boot screen, and then move to the camera view once the hard drive is warmed up. Yeah, so there's the First Alert boot screen, and I actually have a remote right here. It comes with a USB mouse, but funny thing, the USB mouse was actually kind of disassembled, sort of. It's a very cheap, seemingly cheap anyway, USB 2.0 optical mouse. Here's the optical mouse right there. It's really, I don't know, it's got a lot of clear parts. There's nothing special to it. When it boots, that's to signify that it is ready. And it seems like one of the cameras isn't connected properly, so I'm gonna just go ahead and check that real quick. Turns out I didn't connect the power LED to the camera, so I'm gonna do that now. And it comes on very quickly. So you can see there's the camera, and there's Christmas lights, and there's me, my crotch, things like that. So let's go ahead and just, that's good, we'll just do that. So the cool thing about this, let's go ahead and cycle through this. We're going to go ahead and put it on camera 8, so it's big. And so the neat thing about these cameras is supposedly you could see 50 feet in the dark. So I'm not sure how it's going to handle on that camera, but I'm going to turn the lights out and I'm going to see if it can still see me. Hopefully the recording camera doesn't adjust too much to that light. So I'm going to turn the lights off right now. And as you can see, it's completely dark. The light of the screen is kind of illuminating a little bit, but if I step back here on the back of the garage, it seemingly can see me still. Again, there is a little bit of light from the TV, but around my neighborhood, there are street lights, so I don't anticipate that it'll ever be complete darkness, but it does adjust. Now, some cool things about this, it comes with a remote, like I said. We can go ahead and go back to the multi-view. You can split it up however you'd like, but you can actually go and search once you put in your password. Let's see. I'm gonna put in the password real quick. Yeah, so I put in the password. This is actually the playback mode. So I'm gonna select camera 8. That was the one that I plugged in, just so happens to be the one I plugged in, and I'm speeding it up. So what I'm going to do is actually go to the recent, see if I can, that was previously today, yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can select this. So this was a few seconds ago. the camera, this is when the DVR booted up. Nothing was connected. I realized that there was a problem, and I went over to fix it, and I plugged the power in, and any second now it's going to go ahead and show that that came up. I'm actually going to fast forward this a little bit, so when it comes into the screen, it's going to be going a little fast. Yeah, so there we go, and I'm going to go ahead and play. So that's what we just recorded a second ago. As far as quality, you know, they give you something else in this package. They give you this H.264, which is a compression algorithm. They give you this little disc. I'm not even sure what this disc does, but I know that this First Alert system has Ethernet capability, has network capability, so you can watch it on a mobile device as well as your computer. So all I can think is that that is actually, you know, what is being used. You can capture a snippet and put that snippet on YouTube, download it as an MP4, and do things like that. So I'm pretty happy with this system. I'm going to cut in a second to my server closet where I have this installed, or where I'm going to install this right now, and go ahead and show you just 3 of the cameras that I have set up. But each camera comes with about 75 feet of bundle wire. On one side you've got power and a BNC connector for the DVR, and on the other side you've got the BNC connector for the camera and the power connector for the camera. So everything's very nicely labeled. It says 2 camera only, 2 DVR only. Very, very nicely labeled. And again, you get these mounting bits, this mounting hardware, and you can mount it from underneath or even from the top. So you can hang it. In fact, I think all of the 3 cameras I have right now that are currently outside the house are hung top down like that. There's also a shield over it to kind of get away some of the water, the moisture that would get around it. But these are fully outdoor cameras as well as indoor cameras, so you can go ahead and leave them outdoor, no problem. It comes with a few of what I think the best deterrents available. You can't see it, but they're little signs that say, warning, these premises are under 24-hour video surveillance protected by First Alert. You put these on your windows where people would normally see them. It makes a statement, and hopefully they see the plethora of cameras and they don't think that they're the fake cameras. I think everyone, especially the thieves, know that they're fake cameras out there that move and whatever. That, you know, these actually record. Now, something to be said about this. This actually supports pan, tilt, and zoom functionality, PTZ, and you can move things around. But none of the cameras that come with it are PTZ cameras. Those are a little bit more expensive. They all are 420 TVL, TV line cameras. That's pretty good. I mean, I think I'm shooting this in 720, 1280 by 720 per camera. That doesn't mean that anything's going to be better quality necessarily. I mean, it does in a way. There's a trade-off though. You're going to get a much bigger image, but it's not necessarily going to be better. It's just going to be maybe a little blockier. There is a limit to these cameras. But the good thing is, these cameras can just be your starter cameras, and you can replace them over time. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at my server closet where I have this, and we're going to take a look at kind of how it's set up. Hey everyone, before we step into the server closet, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the actually how these cameras are mounted. So I've got this one right underneath the floodlights this is the left side of the house, and or the right side if you're inside. But and then I have the other one. Let's go over here. Walking right there, looking at us. Just kind of set up on one of the brace beams. I may move that over kind of towards the corner a little bit, but that's a really nice place for it. It looks a little ugly, but whenever I am receiving a package or something, it's really nice to see who is delivering or who's stealing it in some cases. And then this is the other one. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's at the corner of the house, and we're gonna go ahead and step up the ladder and try to kill myself. Got some tools. It's under the floodlight again, so if I need to I guess turn on the lights, it'll instantly switch to full color mode. And again, I've got street lights in the neighborhood, so between these two street lights, it's pretty, you know, I guess pretty light all the time. So let's go into the server closet and I guess take a look at what that is. Hey everyone, back. We're in the server closet. You can kind of see a bunch of server stuff down there. Lots of cables, and I temporarily have all of the 3 sets of wires coming in from the top right up there in the center of the screen. So this is a 32-inch Vizio TV. This is only because I don't have a smaller monitor at the house. I actually do have a smaller monitor that I plan on bringing up here, and it's just going to be, I think it's like a 17-inch monitor. This connects using RGB, so you don't want to put a giant TV that can't fit through the doorway in here. I almost killed myself trying to turn it and twist it and hook it up, and there's wires everywhere. So you don't want a big TV, and honestly this can be headless. So if you have it hooked up to the network and you can see it on your iPad, iPhone, Android, or computer devices, there's really no need for a monitor unless you just want one in case you're, I don't know, maybe you have it on a battery backup and your power goes out and you want to make sure that it's still up. So this is the 3. You got my the left side of the house, the main doorway, and then the right side of the house. I haven't done any adjustments with the cameras, so things aren't really good yet. Obviously I want to tilt this one down a little bit so you can see where the car is. I'm going to tilt that one up a little bit and over a little bit so you can see kind of the people walking to the door. And I'll probably even tilt that one down a little bit so you can see people's faces really well. But I'm pretty happy with the quality. Again, I think it's trying to stretch the image because it's a widescreen and it needs a 4:3 image. I could be wrong about that, but you can see over there the DVR is just kind of being a DVR, and yeah, so cool. Yeah, so this was an excellent little system, and I got it at a steal, like I said. I think it was $250, $255 maybe, and it's, you know, I've seen it advertised for $500, $600, even like $1,030, depending on where you look. Sometimes it's just the 4-camera version that is $300, $400, not the 8-camera version. I had already been looking for one of these. It's not like I just bought it on a whim. I had been looking for some type of, you know, video DVR type security, and I'm really glad I found these. I've noticed a few things about it. First off, these have full swivel and turn. So this little bit turns and it swivels all the way around, and you tighten it and it tightens both. That's really great. And there's a lot of extra wire on the, in fact, let me undo this. There's a lot of extra wire on the end of these, so once you mount it, if it's a little far away from, say, the port that you're going to put into your house, it's like 3.5 foot of wire right there. Ooh. That's, in fact, that's about 4 foot of wire. Not too bad. It does come with some mounting hardware, which does have these little, these aren't used for masonry, so you need to buy separate bits for if you're going to mount it in brick or anything. But it does have the drywall tacks to kind of, to expand, to put it in drywall. I may put one in the garage to see garage traffic, but because we had some thefts recently in the neighborhood, we had some thefts before in the neighborhood in the garage. They would just come in real quick, dart out. So one, know what they took. 2, kind of know who it is. Like I said, they came with a USB mouse. I didn't use it. The remote seems to do everything really, really well. Though I haven't set up the network on it yet, I'm led to believe from the instruction manual that once the network is set up, everything can be done through the network. In fact, you can even export things via that. My one big concern is I turn it on, and before it posts all the way, before it gets through all the boot, and it beeps whenever it's done, I hear the hard drive clicking a lot. I have a lot of computer background, and that is not a good sign. You don't want your hard drive to click. Certainly not the one that's holding all of your data. But it does have a self-test mode, and it does, I think the equivalent of a smart test. Says it's fine, so I'm going to believe it for a little bit. But other than that, stickers. Other than that, this is a really great system, and I would recommend that if you are looking for one like it, the quality is not the best, but for a starter system, the quality is more with the cameras, not with the DVR. And honestly, an 8-channel DVR that supports audio as well. You can mount microphones around. And these cameras say they have microphones. In fact, they have little drilled out ports at the bottom. However, the cables coming off of it only say video. Now there's this little screw in the back, and I might take one apart if I'm feeling really, really ambitious. But these are supposed to have audio. They just don't have an output for it. So, but you can mount audio via an RCA connector, I believe mono audio. It also has video out, so if you wanted to record the entire dashboard and kind of, I guess, I don't know, keep that out, or maybe even just have BNC connected to a big monitor and have this just in a closet somewhere, you could do that. And it's really a great expandable system. Well, expandable in the sense that you can replace different things. And it does take care of, it has trigger alarms. So if there's something, you can tie it into your home system. Whenever the alarm goes off, turn all the cameras on, look at what's going on. A terabyte, this is a question someone had asked earlier, physically asked me. A terabyte at about 1280 by 720 resolution on the 8 cameras can hold roughly a week of the compressed data. Since it's doing inline compression, it can hold roughly a week. And you could set it to set an alarm, email you, or even just overwrite after a week. The way I look at it is, if you don't notice something's happened in a week, you probably shouldn't own a home. So I just set mine to overwrite. It does have some password capabilities, some security capabilities, as you saw. I paused the video and I went ahead and opened up the security. I guess my other big complaint is it's hard to, it's a pain to mount these things and run all the wire. I'm itchy from all of the blown insulation that I've been crawling in. And then of course, even though it's perfectly labeled on both ends of this cable, 2 camera and 2 DVR, I had it switched and they're not universal. So I had to drag 75 feet of cable again through insulation. Maybe it's my fault for not wearing long sleeves, but again, I live in Louisiana, and I don't know where you are, but it's 80 degrees over here, and in the attic, it's even more. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, moan, groans, just put them in the comment section below. Please hit subscribe. Subscribe's this way, right? That way. Hit subscribe. It'll be in between my hands for a little bit. I'll hold it up for a little bit longer. Hit subscribe. And check out some of my other videos. I'm not going to link them in the video. That took forever to do in Vegas earlier. Just click on my channel, the channel right here. Click on my channel and go ahead and look at my other videos. And I've got some more coming out. I just bought an Avid 49-key MIDI keyboard, excuse me. So I'm gonna be doing a review about that. I have a review about the X-Arcade 2-person joystick, all-in-one joystick that's coming out. And I also have a brand new microphone that I'm going to be trying out, doing some audio podcast and any voiceover podcasting that I do for the videos. It's a Snowball Blue microphone that I'm going to be doing a review on. So please check me out, like me and subscribe me if you like it. Hit me up on Facebook, which is facebook.com/TheRealGill. I got that one. And then on Twitter, twitter.com/TheRealGill_MG. Someone apparently had The Real Gill or Al Gill. That doesn't really make sense. Anyway, have a good day. Stickers. Put these up right now.